Testing. There we go. I said testing.
I want to.
I'm going to save this.
I don't see how I keep wearing V-neck shirts this week. Or low-neck shirts this week. No audio. Can you hear us now?
I didn't have my mic on.
We didn't have a microphone. It didn't do it.
I probably, if I had my iPad, I think, it wouldn't hook to the, I'm having a lot of technical stuff this week.
Can we pin the bash link? I don't know, Tamitha.
Is that it? Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's not it. Give it to me and I'll pin it.
The birthday bash party?
Give it to me and I'll pin it. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something. It's been a day.
A long one.
It's been a day. Let me just say.
I can't pin it either.
Let me just say.
Oh, that hair. It needs a washing.
Okay. This will be after the video thing.
Trouble.
Why am I singing? When the road gets rough ahead. Who was singing that?
I don't know.
You got a friend in me.
Oh, I was doing You Got a Friend
That's
in
what
Me.
it was. It was you. It's your fault.
It's my fault. You got a friend.
Hello, my friends.
Hey, there's your bash link.
Oh, it's up top. Oh my goodness. She's like, please
There's
wake
another
up.
one at the bottom.
Please wake up.
We don't.
Yeah, it's weird we don't have to pin any Zooms. Zooms have zoomed out of here. They
Zoom,
gone.
Zoom.
Zooms are gone.
Yeah. Did Vinny get his truck in?
No, y'all. He talked to the distributor today, and they said it's still in Memphis. Been
What are
there
you talking
since
about?
3 days. The semi truck that me and Brenda sat up front and waited for till 8 o'clock last night.
I was like, what truck are you talking about?
Yeah,
What about Memphis?
they said it's still sitting in Memphis. Been there for 3 days. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. I don't know if it's been good that it's been all week, but it's been all week, and so had a week of a birthday, hadn't I? And we have a party tomorrow. Y'all, I went in town to buy cupcakes for my party, which was kind of weird.
Okay. Buying your own cupcakes?
Yeah,
I've bought my own birthday cake before.
it was kind of weird. I'm
And then
like,
Blake apologized because I went and bought my own birthday cake. He's like, you shouldn't have had to go buy your own cake. I was like, I didn't mind because it was one of those caramel cakes from Cakes and Candy, which is like my favorite cake.
so like I went to Lala's and she was like, hey, Maymay. I was like, hey. She was like, Shannon called and I was going to reserve your cupcakes. I said, I know. I said, but we didn't know what we wanted. So I said, I'll just come in. And I said, I was out running around. And so she was like, well, I'm glad you're here because we almost sold out. I said, we'll take whatever. She said, oh, you got enough to pick a dozen. I only wanted a dozen. So I picked what she had. By the way, you haven't seen them.
I saw.
Did you peek?
Not enough. I saw, I think, a cookies and cream maybe.
Cookies and cream tuxedo.
You didn't have
Strawberry
one?
lemonade. She had a strawberry lemonade. And margarita. Two margaritas. And she went,
Margarita.
she said, now you know the alcohol cooks. I said, girl, we're grown.
I
She was
am-
trying to say it cooks off. I said, girl, we're grown.
I'm well past 21.
And we also got GMOS. And I told Lala, I said, look, I'm getting a dozen from you and a dozen from GMA because we all love your cupcakes.
So we can have a buffet.
Yeah. And I said, she laughed. I said, look,
Okay.
I've only ever had yours at events. I've only ever had hers when I've gone places. And I said, but I buy GMA's most of the time because they're close to us. I said,
Well,
but I
and
wanted to do
GMA's is open all the time, where Lala's isn't.
Tamitha, I got to talk to you about tomorrow too because I want you to, in the birthday bash, we're playing this fun game and I want you to participate. And I think I think you can do it through FaceTime without, like, if you want to show your face, I'll tell you, but I think you can do that. Also, here's the issue we have. Between now and tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we have to make signs with all of our names on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a sign with every employee's name
Okay.
for the game.
I can do that on Zinnia and print them off.
Okay. It's going to be a lot.
Nah.
It's either that or
That's
we
couch
go.
sitting.
It's either that or we go buy some little marker boards, which is fine.
Couch sitting.
What they did at the school was they bought little marker boards for it, and everybody just had a marker board and wrote the name and flipped it around. Which we could get. Where will we buy those?
Oh, that would be a lot for us to have one of everybody. Each person has to have one of everybody's name. Yeah, that would be a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Dollar General.
I mean, basically, you would create the name one time, and then we would print it times how many people.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 time.
I feel like it would help people to know who all their choices are. Because, like, if Jasmine participates, she's new. And she may not realize all the choices she has. Y'all want us to talk to y'all?
We're just having our own conversation. We haven't seen each other for the last 2 hours, so we have to catch up.
We haven't. We separated. It was longer than that. We separated at 2? 2-ish.
Yeah, I went home. Well, I didn't go home. I went and got
A
my
buffet.
baby.
Bug said
Went
a
and got my
buffet.
baby. Got to go to school pickup for once. He was excited to see
You know,
Mommy.
we probably could just take some of our vinyl and put it on some clipboards. Strip, strip, strip. Just put it down.
What? I don't think we have that many clipboards.
Oh, we got a stack of remember I bought a lot of clipboards. I got a stack of clipboards.
But I mean, I can.
Timothy wants a big old chocolate cupcake with chocolate icing when she comes down. We'll hook you up. When you get here, we will hook you up.
Y'all know, and I haven't had it in forever, but it was always one of my favorite chocolate cakes. Captain D's. Their little chocolate cake. Have you ever had their chocolate cake?
Don't y'all love when somebody has some obscure favorite thing? I do. I think it's neat.
Their chocolate cake was always so
I never
good,
had
and they
it.
keep it in a refrigerator. It's a little bitty cake, about like that big around, and it has a swirl of chocolate icing on top and chocolate sprinkles.
Grand's husband came home today.
Oh, yay!
That's awesome. We're glad to hear that.
Has anybody else had a chocolate cake from Captain D's? It's good.
Marlene said, OMG, got 3 deliveries of new stuff today and turned around and shopped the Maymay birthday sale. So many new goodies.
I miss so much when I go home.
Oh, where's my board? Here it is. You did miss the sale?
Yes. Captain D's chocolate cake.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
they're
Do y'all want to
so
see it? Show them
good.
in your camera.
See, that's a Captain D's chocolate cake.
Yeah, there it goes. It looks like a lava cake, but it's not lava.
Oh, they're so good.
I have to read like squinty like, what y'all saying? Let me blow this up. I do this for other teachers. I never do it for me. I'm in here and I get them all set up and get their chat popped out and all that. I never do it for myself.
She's
I
nice
spoil
to
the other
teachers.
teachers.
and
I
mean to
spoil everybody
herself.
else and I make myself read tiny little chat. I make it big for them. Nancy's finally watching a class live. June, when Brenda gets back, is when she's thinking about coming. Are y'all excited to make? Do you want to see it? Look.
Maker gonna make.
I won't open it till I have it better. Our color's not real good up there, but we're gonna make an explosion box. Listen, that Lavender Farm, is it Lavender Farm? That's what Mama Disney said. I'm sure it is, because she would know. We were laughing, Mama Disney, so much about
Something like
flan. Yes, exactly. About flan.
Flan.
We were laughing about it again
It is
today.
flan.
I told John, I said, John, by the way, John's our waiter. I said, by the way, your flan is delicious. And I said, but I cannot call it flan. I'm going to call it flan because that's what it should be called. Bobby, it has been long days for us this week, but today's been a really long day because we taught this morning at the Art Council, and then we had lunch together, and then we came in here and did some stuff, and then we split for a couple hours, and then we came right back and had dinner together right here. Today's been a long one. The rest of the week has been long, but I haven't been teaching. I've just been here. So I haven't. This has been a pretty good lineup the way we did this. We enjoyed it. Like I taught Tuesday morning, and I'm teaching tonight. Tomorrow will be a full day of teaching, but we'll all be together. Y'all, that Lavender Farm paper. But listen,
I don't guess I've looked at the paper.
if you've not seen botany, holy cow, that botany paper is absolutely stunning, and
So
I
you telling
cannot
me I need
wait.
to get a pack?
Shannon, that botany paper. Now listen, I'm a dark color fan.
Is that the one that you showed me that had the dark,
We were looking.
the black with the, yeah, that was pretty.
I love that dark paper. And if y'all need, Lavender Farm's gorgeous. Gorgeous. But please, please look at botany. The art council does sound fancy, doesn't it? That's where we were. We're teaching at the art council.
We did.
Are we supposed to pre-cut paper? No, ma'am. We're going to cut together. We're going to cut together tonight. Y'all want to hear something? Shannon taught her first class today. I kind of tricked her. I kind of tricked her.
She didn't
I'm not
tell
joking.
me.
I
She
tricked her.
didn't tell me.
Sometimes you know when somebody's ready. When your baby birds are ready to go out the nest, you don't go, hey, baby bird, I want you to know tomorrow morning I'm taking my wing and I'm scooting you out this nest.
I'm going to throw you on the ground tomorrow, baby.
I'm going to take this wing and I'm going to push you over the edge.
You.
Imagine what that would be like if the
Make
bird
you
said
fall.
that. Hey, baby bird, I love you, but in the morning early, I'm going to throw you out this nest. She did a great job, though, and I think everybody enjoyed her teaching. Don't y'all want her to teach you a
If
class?
not, don't tell me.
Don't y'all want her to teach you a class? How much am I willing to throw you out the nest?
Not tonight.
Yeah, but the 20th.
Oh, the farmhouse. I have done it. It's scary.
How much do y'all want me to throw
You're
her
not
out
throwing
the
me out
nest?
the nest. Well, they bought Maymay though.
No, they bought a class.
Help me out, y'all.
They bought a class, right? Y'all didn't buy Maymay.
Help me out, y'all.
I'm glad you flew, Shannon.
Who else playing? Like
Le-
Kim and Brenda too.
Leilani says, I'm glad you flew
Thank y'all.
instead of splatting.
I'm glad I flew instead of splatting too.
Cuban and Mexican flan is different.
I did splat onto the couch though when I got home.
She is teaching in the round tomorrow. She has only ever really taught in the Make It Go round. She does do that.
I do that. Are Lisa and Kim going to be in the birthday party?
They're invited, so you might add them just in case they come. I don't know.
Are all of our peoples coming?
No, but we still can use all our people because some of them are going to be the answer. I cannot wait for y'all to see the background tomorrow at the birthday bash. I cannot wait. We have the most perfect background. Like, we planned this background. When did we plan it? Like in January?
It's one of the first things we did.
One of the first things we planned was the background, and they put it together today, and we're loving it. Now, everybody pray that our tape holds because we may be putting it back up tomorrow, but we're so excited.
Amber was in there rubbing tape
Was
a
she?
little while ago.
Page 1 and page 4 of the PDF are the same.
Let me look.
Let me say this to you about the PDF. Don't look at it. I know why you're saying that. They're not the same. It's not the same. Don't look at the PDF. You don't need it. Let me tell you why you have the PDF. If you want to make this later, but you don't need it tonight. So promise me you won't look at the PDF. It will just make our class mess up. Won't it?
Yeah, there's no reason for you to look at the PDF.
You don't
yet.
need it. You don't need to print it. I know some of the other teachers use them. I'm not using it. You don't need it. If you try to keep up with the PDF tonight, we will be behind.
Yep. Just watch old Maymay.
Yep. I don't even know what's in the sale. Vince and Taylor did that today. They're asking about a sale. I don't even know.
Don't have a clue. Hey, y'all, I didn't know there was a sale until I sat down in there to eat supper.
That's it. Decorating for a shower and hoping it holds up the next day. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. All right, we start in 1 minute. In 1 minute. The Make It Go Round will be on replay. I'm going to miss the party tomorrow afternoon because I will be at a birthday party for my 3-year-old. That's okay.
You
No
can
stress.
Skip it.
Michelle, you don't need a PDF. Here's the deal with the PDF. We did a PDF and put it in the description of the video. So when you come back and watch it later to do this again, you'll have the instructions from tonight. But if you look at it tonight, it is going to mess you up. You need to do what I say. You need to not even my PDF is not even instructions, because once this is done, you'll see why. Do not think about it. Oh, lots of stamps are on sale. Isn't that funny? I don't even know. Oh, Michelle might be thinking the PDF came in your kit. It didn't. It's
No.
a printable in the description, so you're not missing it. By the way, all you need for my class, is it 6 o'clock? I got 6 o'clock. Let's get started. Let me show you what you're going to need to make our deal.
Party
All right, let's switch our
time.
scene and let's get started.
Bye.
So, welcome into the class. It would help if I hit the right scene. There we go. Welcome into the class. Tonight we are going to be making this really cool explosion box. Let me move this out of the way so you can see what it looks like. So you take this little lid off, and this guy does this. And he's 2 layers. There's a layer here. We have a little box inside. How stinking cute, right? And better than anything, I'm going to teach you how to use your explosion box board for the future. So you got this in your, you should have this in your kit. This should have this hanging off the top. It should have this hanging off the top like this. I just took mine off because it gets in the way and we're not using it tonight, so I'm going to put that aside. And then you also need this. This is your paper, okay? Now from your Make It kit, here's the things we're going to use so you'll know. We're going to be using our bone folder. So I'm going to have this guy. If you want to use the one that comes with your explosion box, you can. Look, mine never end up back in here. I don't know why. I don't use them. But if you want to use the one that lives in here, it looks a lot like this. You can use that one if you want to. I'm going to be using this, and where's my ergo? Y'all, people have been teaching up my desk. Oh, I think I see it. Here it is. It got tucked. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to be using this guy because I like to bone fold with him. We will be using wet glue tonight. I won't be using any sticky tape, just wet glue. What else? I think that's it. Your trimmer. You're going to need a trimmer.
A smile.
My trimmer is not in here, Shannon.
I know where it is.
So we're going to need our trimmer. And I'm going to walk you through this step by step.
Oops.
You will not need, oh no, you will not need much for this. It's really fun, really easy. Now I want to tell you about your explosion box board boxes. I know they looked a little damaged and a little beat up, but that's because in order to save on shipping, if we cut the corners off and squeezed it into that box, we save like double shipping. It really would have doubled if we'd had to have a box big enough for this thing to get into. So that's why your box looks funny, but it's brand new. We just cut the corners. So go ahead and take this guy out of the box, get him ready to go. Next, for housekeeping, I do have some housekeeping notes. I guess I this one. I guess I should have looked for my notes when we were talking. For housekeeping, here's the deal.
Oh, those are what I just threw on the floor.
Number one, what I want us to do, we don't have to worry about the Zoom meeting for tomorrow, but we do have to talk about this. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. is the birthday bash, and you're all invited, and it's on YouTube, and it's live. And the link is pinned in the chat section above here, so you can get right there if you want to join that tomorrow. You can click on this link and go and set a reminder so you'll get a reminder from YouTube that it's happening. Also, tonight when we get started, to keep the class running smoothly, what I like to ask you to do is not to have conversations with your neighbors, just like you were if you were in a real classroom setting. When the teacher's talking, we wouldn't be talking back and forth. It's the same thing here. It's very distracting when there's conversations happening, and it gets you behind in the project. So the only thing we're going to use the chat for is for me to know that you understand what we're doing and that we're all caught up. And the way we do that, just like you did in the other classes, is we use the 1 and 2 system. And you'll find with me, a lot of times I'll tell you to use something more than just 1 and 2. And the reason is, if we just got a bunch of 1s, I might ask you to give me something else so I can be sure anybody who's lagging is also caught up. So we may do that, and that should do it. All right, got my trimmer.
Here's your other one.
Funny. I guess they just put things away. Let's open our paper. Oh, and we will take a potty break. Guess what? This is not my paper pack. Don't stress. Got it right here. That was like the TV switcheroo. Okay. Oh, this smells so good. All right, look. Step number 1, smell your paper. Am I supposed to teach them to do that? Oh, it smells like the library.
Every class I've been in, they've talked about how good the paper
It smells so good. So smell your paper. Enjoy that for a moment. Next, what we're going to do, we're just going to jump into it. We're not going to stress about nothing. We're just going to jump in. All right, so we've got our paper pack here. I want to show you how tonight's class is going to go. I'm going to bring out a thing like this, okay? This is going to show you what paper we need to pull out, and it's going to tell us what we need to do, okay? Now, periodically, I'll pull the box over here. Smells divine. Periodically, I'll pull the box over, and I will tell you, this is what we're making, this portion of the box, okay? Also, do not panic if you think you're getting behind. I will make sure you're staying on target. I may do a step and be done before you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to move on. So just know I'll keep you on track, okay? So we're going to pull out the page to make the outside of the box first. So I want you to find this one, which is actually called wrapping paper, but I just call it colors because I don't really know. It's hard to reference it sometimes. So look for, there it is right there. So pull this guy out and put your paper aside. Put the rest of your paper aside. We'll come back to it in just a second. Now I'm going to encourage you to make 2 piles, okay? After we cut, did you hear a noise?
No.
Okay. After we cut, I want you to take your cut piece and put it to the right-hand side of your desk or wherever you're working, and then take the leftover and put it to the left-hand side of the desk because I don't want you to get them mixed up, okay? Simple instructions there. So get your trimmer, and for this first piece, it's super hard. Are y'all ready for this? Open your trimmer up. That's step 1, open your trimmer. Step 2, we are only cutting this little designer strip off right here. That's all we're cutting off. But there's a way to do it, so don't get froggy. Listen to me. Here's what you want to do. Put it in your trimmer and put it to the 12-inch mark down here, okay? Don't just assume that cutting straight away gets you 12 inches because sometimes paper companies are generous. So we're going to cut that away, making our page 12 by 12. And let me show you what I mean. Do you see how there's a little bit of color on the edge of my page up there? If I had cut right to it, I'd be about an 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch off, which is not a big deal, but sometimes you have to do that. So now we have a piece that is 12 by 12. So we're going to practice. So once you have your piece 12 by 12, give me a 1 to let me know you got it there. That's how the whole night's going to run. It's not hard. We're going to absolutely do it like that all night long till we're done. I thought I cut that funny, but it's the color. So you'll see, we'll have a photo of what we're going to do, we'll have our sizes, and we'll just do whatever this says. And even if you think I don't want a 1 from you, I do. The more 1s I get, the more I know we're on target, okay? If you have a question or fall behind, put a 2 in that chat, and we will wait for you. No one is to panic. This is not that kind of show.
Nope.
We don't panic.
Panic and run.
Look at all those 1s. And you'll hear me sing this a lot. Ready, Shannon? Here come the 1s. Do-do-do-do. Here come the 1s. And I say... Nothing.
Nothing.
You say I don't rhyme well, so I was going to give you a shot. And I say, we're crafting, da-na-na, whatever it goes.
Yeah.
Look at all those 1s. All right, so now, where does this page go? It goes to the pile on the right. And you don't have any waste to put over there.
Take one down, pass it around.
And then, look here. Step number 2, page number 2. Now I want you to go back to your paper pack and find the one that has the cakes and it's the teal background. And I will show you. It is this on the front. It is this on the back. Okay? So I want you to find this piece. Now, super simple. We're going to cut one piece out of it, and it is 6.5 by 6.5. Okay? It's all right. I got y'all. All right, so we're going to cut one piece 6.5 by 6.5. So I'm going to put this into my trimmer, and I'm going to go to 6.5 inches and slice. This is leftover. This piece goes to the left, goes to my left-hand pile. I'm going to turn this guy and cut it at 6.5. This is leftover. This one goes to the left, but this is what I wanted. 6.5 by 6.5. It goes to the right. Now with no panic, give me a 1 when you got 6.5 by 6.5. 6.5 by 6.5. Matter of fact, I'll leave this here until I see I got enough 1s to move on. See, that's the pace of the class. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to get ahead of us. We've got this thing.
You can do it.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Good job, friends. All right, I'm going to put this piece to the right in my pile, and I'm going to bring us a new sheet. Now this one's a little bit strange because it looks just solid pink on my page, but when we get into our paper pack, this is the piece that's confetti. So I want you to dig into your paper pack. I'll get mine so you can see what it's supposed to look like. It just looks like solid pink on our little piece, but it's confetti. Here it is. It's got party hats on the back of it. So it's your party hat page. We want this side. And just so you know, we will use multiple pieces. Like we're going to use this piece again, but we won't use this piece again. We're just going to use this pattern again. So you'll see it repeat, but we only need it one time right now. And guess what? We're going to make it 11 by 11. So make it 11 by 11 and then give me a 1. So I'm going to put mine in. Actually, make it 11 by 11 and give me an 11 so I know you did that part. Or a 1-1.
Oh, 1-1.
Because if 2 and 2 is 22, right? I should stop saying numbers or you're going to mess up. 11 by 11.
Cut pink confetti piece to 11 by 11 and give us a 1-1.
11 by 11 and give us a 1-1. A 1-1. I got my first 1-1. Georgia Summerfield, you get a gold star. They're useless, but they're fun to have. Do, 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 do. They're useless, but they're fun. Guess where this piece goes? To the right. To the right.
One down, pass it around.
To the left, to the left. Uh-oh, I got a 2? Or is that 1-1? Is that 1 plus 1?
Or do you have a question, Lorna?
If you have a question, go ahead and type it. Pink confetti, 11 by 11. That's what we're doing. If you're looking for carnas, why did I do that? I cannot say it. Is this layered? My paper had a flaw in the middle? Is this layered? It is layered. Let me show you where it goes and you'll see if your paper will work. This piece, we're actually cutting this middle piece right here, and the very center is going to be covered by a mat. So will that help you? And the rest is going to be glued to the middle. So it should be okay if it's in the very middle. And that's weird. I've never seen that happen. Also, if you're going to use, if one is flawed and the other isn't, I would definitely use the flawed one for this location where we're putting this one, because the other is going to be ribbon. Oh, Marlene's got gold stars too. All right, I say we move on. To the right, put this page to your right-hand pile. I'm going to pull out a new card. Our new card is this one. We're looking for orange and pink plaid, and we're going to cut this to 6 by 6. Orange and pink plaid, 6 by 6. Now, the orange and pink plaid is the other side of the wrapping paper we use for the outside box. Don't worry, we're going to flip it over. And we're going to cut it down 6 by 6. So our leftovers will go to the right. No, our leftovers go to the left. Keep me on track. Leftovers left.
Right over's right.
Right over's right. Leftovers left. So leftovers to the left, right overs to the right. We want the right ones to the right. All right, so I'm going to leave this here. You're going to cut from me this plaid to a 6 by 6 and give me the number 6. That's why I mix it up. I mix the numbers up because you'll see like I'll still be getting some 11s and stuff, and I kind of need to see when the lag messes us up is the problem. It's the lag. So I like to change the numbers up a little bit.
We need the new trend.
Yeah, we need a new fan. Good job, guys. Good job. Now, where does this one go? Say it in your head. Don't type it. The reason we don't type it because you don't have time to type. Just say it in your head. Right goes to right. Righty right. Put it to the right. I'll change our card. Okay. This guy is the stripy stripe. And I'm going to reference him as the stripy stripe. That's what I call him. You want to pull him out. We've already seen him one time because he's the back side of this one. You know I could use this, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Okay. I'm not going to do it, and you don't have to do it either because you'll be able to make multiples of this. We're going to go back to the full page to cut this. We don't have to. We could go to the scraps, but I want to keep us clean just for my class, okay? So just stay clean with me, and let's do this. So take your full page, and this time I want you to cut this on this side 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. Now I want to tell you, if 3/8 scare you, let me tell you where it is, okay? 3/8 is the line between 4 1/4 and 4 1/2. It is the middle point between 4 1/4 and 4 1/2. So if you find 4 1/4 and then go to the middle point between 4 1/4 and 4 1/2, now I got to count my 8 so I know where I'm at. This is where I'm going. And if you're wondering, 3/8 is 2/16. So if you're bored, by the way, leftovers go to the left. If your board shows 16ths, you just count 2 of those for every, and that makes an 1/8. The best thing to do is just make sure you are halfway between 4 1/4 and 4 1/2. I think I said 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. I'm almost sure I did. You're halfway between 4 1/4 and 4 1/2. And you just need this one time. Now, this one might have confused you, so I need everybody to tell me that you got it by giving me a 1. I need everybody to understand the 4 3/8 by 4 3/8 one time.
It's cool how the little picture is mocking the big picture beside it.
It's almost accurate.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it is accurate.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Wow. Look at y'all. Okay, listen, everybody that's got a 1, y'all all just got a gold star. Karen Price, I just saw your name. Hello, darling. I miss you. Y'all all just got a gold star.
Oh, that's good, Anne. Anybody that has the 16ths, 3/8 is 6/16, she said.
They great. Because I wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know those things.
Right to the right. Put your right page to the right, and I'm gonna get us a new card. This is like a game. It's like bingo. Now we're doing something a little different this time, and that is that we have to have 2 of these. Okay. So what we're gonna do is look for our polka dot piece. Look for your polka dot piece. We're gonna make 2 cuts this time, and your polka dot piece has candles on one side, polka dots on the other. You're gonna cut 2 pieces, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. 2 pieces, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So what I'm going to do is put it in my trimmer. I'm going to cut 3 3/4 as a big long strip. I'm going to put the leftovers to the left, and I'm going to flip this guy to one side and go 3 3/4 2 times. So 3 3/4 here. So I need that one. 3 3/4 here. I need that one, but this guy is a leftover. He goes left. We need it twice. I think that's her question, but I'm not sure. So you need this. 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 2 times. When you get that done for me, give me a 3. Since they're 3 3/4, give me a 3, and I'll know you've got these 2 sitting there, or you're ready.
2 pieces at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4.
I don't think I mentioned it, but if you do question the measurements again, Shanna's putting the measurements in for you. Good job, my friends. Good job. Y'all just trying to make me throw out gold stars for everybody. You get a gold star and you get a gold star.
You're all Oprahing it up.
Look at you guys. All right. I feel like we can go to the next sheet. All right, so I'm going to put the right pieces to the right. They're going in my right-hand pile. I'm going to get us a new card. This one is very much like the last one in that we're going to need 2, okay? So we're going to look for the I call this the font confetti page. What this is the word page. And I want to say, here it is. It has balloons on one side, but it looks like this on the other. I want you to grab this guy, okay? And we need to cut 2 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 mats out of him as well. So we need the same mats, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, Renata. I'm sorry. All right, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut a strip down to 3 3/4. Okay, cool. Leftovers, go to the left. Then we need 2 3 3/4 pieces. So I got 1. And I got 2. Leftovers, go left. My good pieces, go to the right. When you got these guys done, give me a G for green. Give me a G for green. Give me a G.
Barbara, Timothy typed it in. The stripes piece was 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. Then I questioned myself. Did I say that right?
It does. The direction does matter on this one, but you should be able to twist it. It's a square, so we should be fine. Because you should be able to turn it no matter what and make it work. Terrence, where I want you to remind me about directions when we're gluing this down. Because you know me in direction. Y'all know me as well as I know me. My voice is getting hoarse. It's been a week.
Mine was after this morning
Wow.
class.
I bet it was. You taught. I didn't. I stood there and I hovered over you.
You hovered.
I gave you all kinds of encouragement. Good job.
Good. Great. And I about glued butterflies down upside down like 3 or 4 times.
Did you really?
Me and old Molly sitting there were good at trying to turn our papers wrong.
Terrence like, I got you. Terrence like, I got you. Okay, green. These 2 good pieces go to the right, and we're going to get a new card. Here we go. New card. This one, let me tell you, because I had to rewrite it, and so the writing may be tiny, but here's what we're going to do. Let's find the teal happy birthday. I don't know why this just popped up on my screen. That is the keyboard under there.
Yep.
Can you get it? Because I'm hitting it. We're going to get the teal happy birthday sheet. This just says, let me put it here.
Happy
That's-
birthday!
It just says happy birthday all over it. And it has a cut apart on the back. Cut apart this. Now we're going to cut it to use it somewhere, but don't worry, you have a lot of cut aparts in this pack. We won't miss it. And here's what we need to cut. We need to cut 3 squares that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. You've been doing this all night. 3 squares, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So here we go. And again, the orientation, now here, this does matter, doesn't it? I guess this is what he was talking about. But here, you see how I've got the orientation like this? So you want to make sure your words are up. So I see what he's saying. It did matter. So pay attention to orientation. Make sure your words are up. Leftovers go to the left. And then 3 1/4, 2 times, and you'll get what we're looking for. 1, 2, 3. Leftovers go to the left.
To the left, to the left.
And then these guys go to the right.
To the right, to the right.
So once you get the teal ones done, give me a T for teal.
T for teal.
T for teal.
Oh, some T for 2.
Whatever. Whatever.
Wow.
T for teal. Female teal. Sometimes.
So, dear.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes I leave these classes driving home and think, I actually said that. Did you ever do that? She actually said that. Like on your way home.
That's why you get random text messages.
I'm not talking about what you say.
But I do it with what I say. Like,
She actually said that live in a live show. Okay, 3 teals go to the right. Hey,
you're
you
goofy.
guys.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. We're cutting our last cut. This one's difficult.
Troublesome trucks.
This one's difficult. Are you ready? I want you to
That's
pull
what I'm
out.
around a lot.
I want you to pull out that confetti piece again. It's not difficult. I just want y'all to pay attention. So if I say things are difficult, you'll be like, oh, and you'll pay attention.
Stop having a cow.
Okay. We need to cut. I'm going to cut from this end, not the decorator strip. I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to cut from this end, okay? First, we need to cut 3 pieces that are 1 inch by 12 inch. Here's what that means. You're going to cut an inch strip and an inch strip and an inch strip. You're going to do that 3 times, okay? So you're going to place this in your trimmer, and we're going to cut 1 inch. See, 1 by 12. That goes to the right. Another 1 by 12 goes to the right. Another 1 by 12. Where does it go? To the right. These are goodies. We want to keep these, okay? Now we need to cut one more piece, and this one can get you, okay? We need to cut a piece 3/8 inches wide. Now, if you're not comfortable with 8, you can cut it a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch. It'll just be different. Let me show you what we're doing. We're fixing to cut the strip that makes this little bow in the middle of our box. So if you make it thinner, it's fine. If you make it wider, it's fine. But 3/8 looks real good on here. It's just a good size. So I'm going to cut my strip 3/8 by 12. So right here, I'm struggling. 3/8 by 12. I just like the 3/8 size. This piece can go to the left. It's a leftover. Now what I want you to see here is we have this piece cut 3/8 by 12. We're going to cut this piece down, okay? I want to cut this piece down at 5 inches. So I'm going to put it into my trimmer, and I'm going to cut it 5 inches long. And this is going to give me 2 pieces, and this is exactly what I want. I want a piece that's 5 inches and a piece that's 7 inches, and these go to the right because we're going to use these. These are good pieces, okay? So we're going to put these to the right. Now when you've got that done, I want you to tell me D for done. We've done all our cuts.
And all those measurements are in the comments, the chat, just the way she said it. Well, for the most part. Shannon's abbreviated version.
So we're going to do a quick inventory. We're going to do a quick inventory, okay? We're going to go back through this. So I've got 3 1 by 12 pieces. So just do an inventory with me, okay? 3 1 by 12 pieces. I've got a 3/8 by 5 inch and a 3/8 by 7 inch. These pieces are all ribbon, and we won't use these right away, so just put them out of your way. Just put them somewhere out of your way.
Don't lose them.
Don't lose them. Now you should have 3 3¼ by 3¼ teal happy birthday pieces. Okay. You should have 2 3¾ by 3¾ green word pieces.
Proud of you for knowing where to tape measure.
And you should have 2 3¾ by 3¾ dot pieces. These are mats that we don't need anytime soon, so put them aside. We'll come back to those later. These 4 pieces that are left, you're going to have this little guy that is 4¼ by, no, is he 4¼ Is he 4½? He's 4 3/8. You'll have 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. This little guy. This little guy is 6 by 6. Yeah, 6 by 6. You're going to have 11 by 11 and 12 by 12. That's where we are. These 4 pieces we're fixing to work on. Okay. I want to start with the big guy. So I'm going to take these guys and put them over to my right. And oh, I forgot this piece. You also have this piece.
6½ by 6½.
6½ by 6½. So it's 5 pieces we're fixing to work on. 5 pieces. This guy too. So put him to the side. Now let's get out our explosion board. So here's our explosion board. Now I want to talk to you about this board a little bit before we get started, okay? Your explosion board, you have an instruction book. You won't need it tonight. This is for you to use later. On the birthday pieces, there should be 3 of them.
3. And
they were 3 1/4.
3¼ by 3¼
You have your little instruction booklet. You won't need this tonight. I'm going to be your instructions, okay? But you do have this booklet for your future reference if you want to do something else, okay? This is a great time to get all your last minute measures done there. So this board is really cool in that it does this. Do you see here it says box chart? Can you guys see this? Is this a good pointer? I don't think it is. I think it turns white on there. All right, right here it says box, that's no better. Box chart right here. And you see that it shows the box and the paper. Okay, so here's what that means. Where that little box is, these little bubbles under there are the box size we're making. This little piece of paper, the measures under there are the size of the paper you need to make that box. Okay? If you drop down underneath, you have lid chart, and you'll see lid and paper. This little bubble shows the size of the lid you're making, and this little piece shows the size of the paper you'll need to make that lid. Now I want you to notice at the top, we have these little bubbles over here. You see the little board? There's a little board in blue. All these little bubbles coordinate with these little bubbles. Okay? Then I want you to see there's a lid, and it just says lid. That's the only score you need for the lid. And then if you look in the corner, there's a diagonal score. I just want you to see it. We're going to use it. So I just wanted to go over so you'd know what I'm talking about and where I'm pointing to. Okay? Now, this photo play paper is absolutely gorgeous, but it's super thin. Okay? In my opinion, it's not quite as bulky as some papers. So we're going to score both sides. And we're going to do gentle scores tonight. Do not overpress. If you overpress, you'll cut through. Okay? So gentle scores, and we're going to score both sides. Now, this is the outside of our box. We're going to make this section. I just turned that over. We're going to make this box part. Okay? So as you can imagine, it is the extra, extra large box. Because when this guy's closed up, it's big. I think he measures like four something. I don't know. I'm not going to measure. He's 4. He's 4 inches. So he's a big box when he's closed up. So we're going to make the extra, extra large. Okay? So I'm going to take this paper. I'm going to put it into, this little thing has a little lip or a little groove that stops the paper. I'm going to put my cardstock all the way into that little groove. And I'm going to come over here where it says XXL. And it tells me to use a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. That's what we did. Now, I did all your measurements for you ahead of time, but when we're going tonight, you'll see what we did. We're going to make the big box. We needed a piece of 12 by 12. So because I'm making the XXL box, I need to score it under the box section at XXL. We're not making the lid yet. We're making the box. So I want you to go over here, and under XXL bubble, I want you to score twice. 2 gentle scores. Okay? 2 gentle scores. Then we're going to start driving. All right? We're going to steer this guy to the left. So all we're going to do now is we're going to pick up our paper, turn it to the left, put it back in that little dude, in that corner, and we're going to score XXL again. 2 gentle passes. Steer it again. Turn to the left. Score 2 gentle scores. I want to mention, if you did come in late, I have a feeling we're to the point where we're seeing some of our latecomers. The moderators are going to do their best to keep you caught up or get you caught up. So just know if you have questions or whatever, you can ask the moderators. They'll get you caught up. All right, 2 gentle scores to XXL. You need to do this 4 times, right? We had to do all 4 sides. Now what I want you to do is flip it over and do exactly the same thing. 2 gentle scores in the XXL, because like I said, we're going to score this on both sides because this paper is super thin, and I find we get a better, less cracky bend if we do this. Now, are all cracks going to go away? No. Probably still going to have some cracks. That's okay. It's homemade. It's made by your hands, and it's paper, and sometimes it cracks. So here's what I want you to do. When you've gotten all of your score, you've gotten it score, 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 score. I want you to give me an S for score. And let me see how you've done. No problem, Judy. You can absolutely do that. But honestly, if you guys came in late, the moderators will get you caught up. If you'll be patient with them, they'll be patient with you, and they'll get you caught up.
And if you're behind asking a question, Tamitha is going to be the one answering you because I'm trying to stay with what Maymay's doing. So she tries to answer the ones that have questions, and I try to keep on with Maymay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
but
I'm not ignoring you. Tamitha's answering you.
And if everybody's patient, we'll get everybody caught up where they need to be. We don't want to leave any crafters behind. We don't believe in it. And I told you a lot just then. That was a lot of information. But in our next steps, we'll be repeating that several times. And since I showed you the board like I did, it should all make much more sense now. So I don't want you to go, oh, this is getting deep. I know we're not just cutting paper now. Wouldn't it be fun if we were just cutting paper and we're like, there you go, congratulations, we're done.
We won't tell anybody, Lisa.
We will not tell.
If we were Zooming, though, I would ask you to show me your boss.
We did. She did that the other day. Show me your boss. And she showed you her boss. Well,
she did? Well, she showed
in
me
the
the
direction
cubicle.
of her boss. The cubicle her boss
Towards
sits in.
the boss.
Now, I want y'all to see, do you see how the S's are coming a little slower? That's okay. We're doing some work now, so it's going to slow down a little bit. We're not just cutting. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Wherever you want to do it, this guy's ready to be worked on again. We're not going to do it right now. We're going to work on him again in a second. So now I'm just going to sit him over here because I'll come back to him. If you want to put him wherever, you just need to know we're coming back to him. Okay, we're going to come back to all these pieces actually. All right, let's work on this guy. And I'm going to show you what it is because I want it to make sense to you. Okay, we're going to make the lid for our box. This is what we're doing. This piece right here, you see it matches? So just like we just went and found the XXL box, see that? We found the XXL box. Now we're going to go to the lid chart and find the XXL lid. And you'll see that the measurement there is 6.5 by 6.5, and that's what you've got here. Now here's what's cool about the lid box. Oh, we didn't do something, but we'll go back to it. We'll go back so I don't confuse. Here's what's cool about the lid box, okay? You only have to score in one place, just at lid. Every lid is scored in the same place, lid. So you're going to do just what you did on that 12 by 12, both sides and all the way around, but using lid only. So we're going to go to lid and score 2 gentle scores. We're going to drive it to the left and score 2 gentle scores. Drive it to the left, 2 gentle scores. Turn it to the left, drive it, turn it, 2 gentle scores. Now I want you to flip it over and do the same thing. When you get this lid done, I want you to give me an L so I know your lid is scored on both sides and all the way around. I think I went too many times, but it don't matter. I think I just kept going. I just saw your icon and went, oh, that looks like Shannon. Oh, it's Shannon.
Oh, it is me. Although my hair was much better that day in that picture. What sizzle is the lid?
What?
I think she was trying to type size and came out sizzle, but I like sizzle.
The size is the 2XL lid.
2XL, which was a 6 by 6.
6.5 by 6.5. But what matters to you is that you only scored this 6.5 by 6.5 piece at lid. That's all we have to do.
Just score it lid.
Score it will. Question, what size is the lid? This lid is the XXL for the XXL box. This is the 6.5 by 6.5 size. This is the one that looks like this that we cut.
It's the birthday cakes. I like cake. Oh, excuse me.
I gotta sit on my leg.
How about your leg don't go to sleep?
It will, but I have to.
I slept on my shoulder. I shouldn't have.
Okay. I feel good about that. All right, so you got your lid done. Here's what I need you to do. Put your lid aside. We're going to come back to it. I need us to go back to that 12 by 12 piece because I forgot to move. So I need us to go back to our 12 by 12. Let me show you what I need you to do, and then we can do it, okay? What I forgot to do was score the diagonal right here where it goes like that. I forgot to do that. So we need to do that really quick. Here's how you do it. Remember how I showed you on the board that you had this like diagonal score right here? It's super easy. All you're going to do, you don't have to worry about your previous scores. They don't matter. You're just going to put this in and just score on that diagonal, and it really does stop where it needs to stop. Like that score mark just stops. So just score on your diagonal just like that all the way around, please. So score on the diagonal all the way around. Just like so. And let's flip it over and do it on the other side. You really don't have to on this because this is a pretty easy fold, but I still like to do it. So do that diagonal on all four corners. And when you get that done, give me a C for corner. We just did D, so give me a C for corner. I just forgot that, and I didn't want to get that to get away from us. Wow. Awesome. And again, we got to do something else to this, but it comes later. We'll come back to this. You can put that plaid piece aside, and let me show you what we're doing next. Next, we're going to create the scores for this middle piece, this little piece in the middle. It's hard for you to see what color this page is, but it's the pink confetti. It's the one you cut 11 by 11. It's the one you cut 11 by 11. So it's your next biggest cut you did. So I need you to pull the pink confetti out, 11 by 11. Now remember, the first box we did, this is something I want to show you too. The first box we did, the outside box, was the XXL box, so it's 12 by 12. This second box is the 11 by 11, and I want you to see this. It's very close. Like you could put a lot of layers in here because we're going to do XXL and then XL, and then you could continue working down and making your boxes in here and have a whole bunch. I do have a great tip for my lefty friends. Let me show you. Turn your board upside down. You'll just have to read it a little different. This is how we were doing it, wasn't it? We turned it upside down because lefty. If you turn it upside down and work from the bottom and just score this way, or, you know, just score back, you can, I would even later, not tonight, but later, I'd even mark this with Sharpie with what they'd go to. That'd be a lot easier for lefties. We had that question the other night, and I was like, yep, turn it upside down.
Yeah.
We good? Mm-hmm. So here's the deal with this guy. We're going to do him as the XXL box. So you guessed it. You're going to put him in and score him. Now, one thing is, because some of y'all are going to get ahead of me, you do not have to diagonal this one. We're going to cut those corners away, so no need to diagonal. So you're just going to put this in, okay, and you're going to score it XL, not 2X, just 1X. 2 gentle scores on both sides. You do want to pay attention that you're doing it at XL. Shannon caught me when I was doing my sample and I wasn't doing it consistently at the right bubble. So make sure you're doing the right one. We'll flip it over. XL again. When you get this one done, give me a 1-1 because we're working on the 11. A 1-1. We'll come back to this page too. We've got some cutting to do. We got some cutting to do. Whoop, whoop. For our next scoring, for our next trick, we're going to be making the box that's in the middle. And we're going to need that small piece of plaid for the box. So that's where we're going to go next. I want to grab that small piece of plaid. And that one is 6 by 6. Wasn't that right? Yeah. This piece is 6 by 6, the little small plaid. Okay. What we're going to do with it is just put it in and lid score it. So it's easy. Just put your 6 by 6 piece in and score it on the lid. 2 gentle scores on both sides. Every side. Let's do that again. All 4 sides get scored with the lid measurement, the lid score. 2 gentle scores. You've done this before. We're just repeating. It's just repeating. Ooh, I jumped out. When you get this one done, I want you to give me a 6 because we're doing 6 by 6. Every time I feel like I go one too far, but it can't hurt. So get your 6 by 6. Oh man, don't do what I just said. Do you see what I just said? Don't do what I just said. Take that away.
I didn't. I was asking Tamitha a question.
Don't do what I just said. Everybody pause and give me a P for pause. Everybody pause and give me a P for pause, please. I just messed y'all. I didn't really mess. I did though. You're not terribly messed up because we're going to fix it.
I think it was on the bottom.
Yeah. Earlier when we cut, you know, we had that other 6 by 6 piece. We really could use this one again, but I'm not. Put this one in your not good pile since I messed you up and I apologize. And pull out that other one that was the neighbor to it when you cut it. And when you get this one out, give me a G for got it so I can know that you got the other 6 by 6 piece. I apologize. That was my fault. I just got going on what was, this is not the lid, this is the box bottom. You see what I did? It's not the lid. It is the box bottom. So when you got this piece, just tell me G that you got it so we get the pause fixed. Sorry, y'all. This is not going to derail us. See how we're just going to keep going? Perfect. Lots of G's. Okay. This is a box, not a lid. And this is the extra, extra small box. Thank you, Sherry. And this guy's going to get scored at the extra, extra small marking. Okay? Extra, extra small, 6 by 6. And we're going to go to extra, extra small marking and score. And we're still going to do it on all 4 sides. We're going to do it 2 gentle scores on the top and 2 gentle scores on the bottom. Thank you guys for your patience with me. I appreciate it. So we're going to go extra, extra small. We're going to drive it to the left. Extra, extra small. Drive it to the left. Extra, extra small. Drive it to the left. You are so kind. Thank you. Extra, extra small. All right, and then we're going to flip it over and do the other side the same, all on extra, extra small. We won't be diagonaling this one, and here's something I want y'all to know too. You're going to see these boxes made a couple different ways in this project when we get to assembling them. Some you'll be able to see it done with the diagonal on the board, and then some you'll see it done with just the cuts. So I think that's good. You'll kind of see how to use it a couple of different ways. So that's what we need. The 6 by 6 scored at extra, extra small box on both sides. And when you get that done, give me a question mark because that was questioning. That was questioning. I love the question mark. The question mark's going to mess with Tamitha so bad. Why are we getting all these? Oh, that's why. What? What are we doing? Love you, Tam. You know we're going to have some laggy question marks, too. I won't do that to you again. I just thought about it when I saw it because I went, what? Oh, yeah, I asked for question marks. I'm sorry. If we're going to mess up, let's mess up good, right? Oh, I shouldn't say that. We're not done. Okay, let's move this guy aside. We'll come back to him in a minute. Now, here's something I got to tell y'all. As with most We Are boards, there is typically a misprint. I typically find a misprint, and on this one was no different, okay? As we've been doing, we made our extra, extra small box bottom, and now we've got to make the lid. Well, the issue is, when we made our lid at 4.5 by 4.5, this is not a 4.5 by 4.5 piece of paper. When we did that, the lid was huge, and I want to show you this because we're fixing to make the lid. This lid is roomy. It's not massive, but it's roomy. But when we did it with 4.25 by 4.25, sorry, Tam. When we did it with 4.25 by 4.25, it was huge. So Shannon and I played around until we got the box where we liked it, and that meant we did it at 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. So you might want to make a note for yourself that when you're making this extra, extra small box, the lid is not 4.5, it's 4 3/8. Not 4, is it 4 3/8? I don't think so. Hold on a second, let me tell you. Because this is too big, so it can't be 4 3/8.
Extra, extra small box lid 4 3/8 by 4 3/8.
Okay. That's right. That's right. It was a little less than 4.5. 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. And here's the thing. If you think, well, I'll just go down 1/4 inch on that box size, it made it exactly the same. When you went to put it on, it sat exact. So 4 3/8 is what works. So you're going to take your stripy stripe piece that we cut 4 3/8 by 4 3/8 a while ago, okay, and we're going to lid score it. So what else is interesting is this. You can go ahead and do this part. What else is interesting is no matter what size lid you cut, you always just score it at the lid section. So even though we edited that number, you're still going to score it at the lid section. So we're fine to do that, but we did have to do it. Now, I will say this. We didn't try any other lid tops except the big guy, except the double extra large, and it was fine. So if you find when you're making boxes that some of them don't line up, you'll just have to play around and get your paper where it needs to go. Shannon even checked to see, because this was an older board, mine is, she checked to see if it had changed, and it hasn't changed on the newer boards either. You know, because sometimes they change it. Now, I do want to tell you this, while we're here, because this will make sense. You see this section of lid, like that's a pretty big score section. It ends up looking like this. So you see how long from the top of the box to the side of the box our lid goes? It's a really long lid. If you don't love this, what I would do is I would do my box score, my lid, because you need that to get your lid right, okay? Then I would trim away like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch off the edges, or maybe even border punch it with a border punch. And then you wouldn't have it going so far down the side of the box. But we're going to let it ride tonight because I think it's fine. All right, we can put that one aside.
That was the lid.
That was the lid. We are done with our explosion box. Here's what I'd like to do before we get to the next step. I'd like for us to take our 5-minute break because it'd be a good time to do that because our next step is cutting. Are we good with that? So why don't we, it's 6:53, why don't we take a break and come back at 7 o'clock? That also gives all of my friends time to catch up. That's 7 minutes of catch-up time before we get into the cutting and things. So let's do 7 minutes, and I would go potty break or do whatever you got to do. And if you have questions, this is a great time to ask.
It's a party break.
Party break. Time to ask questions. I'm going to fill my glue. I bet I need to. Do you think I need to? I don't know. Let me see. I haven't used it. They've been using it, so let's see. Oh, man, look at that.
Look at that. You want me to get you one of those new 1 ounces that I was using today?
Maybe.
Because they so pretty.
That's working. We'll see how she does. If she's a problem, we know we're more glueless.
Yeah.
How is everybody? Is everybody caught up? Everybody good? Is it running okay for you guys? I apologize for that mistake. I don't like when I do that because it gets us behind a little bit. Wasn't too bad. We got back on track pretty quick on that one. It wasn't too bad. Yeah. What size was the skinny confetti pink paper? These guys right here are 3/8 3/8 by 5, 3/8 by 7. All you do is cut one piece, 3/8 by 12, and then cut one down to 5, and you get them both. I'll show you in the break. Sherry asked if I can show how to use the hearts even though we're not doing it. So let me show you. What you do, you'll notice that the hearts are coordinating bubbles. See, this is 2x, 1x, etc. So let's say you wanted to put a heart, you wanted to have a heart here in this corner. You would do your scoring, including the diagonal score. You do want that in there too. And then you would take this little guy off. We'd take the big one because we're making the 2XL box here. Okay? So we take the big one. And you're going to place it in the corner on the score lines. Okay? And then you're just going to trace the top and cut around it. So you've got this here, and you just take your, we're not doing this, by the way. We're not doing it, so don't do it. But you would do this, you would trace it, and then use your scissors and cut around that, and it gets you the heart shape in the corner. And for some reason, I thought that they had more shapes, but I haven't found any. I don't know if that was something I saw they were bringing out or what, but you do have all the sizes for all, even your smallest one, you can do the little heart corners just like that. I'm proud of myself. Out of all the classes, I didn't fall behind in your class. Good job, Cheryl. Good job. Sherry, did that make sense? Oh, thanks, Lisa. Yeah, it's easy, isn't it? Yeah, super easy. The board is easy to use, especially when you understand what all it's when you understand the legend, you know, what all it does. We got 3 more minutes on our break. Anybody else need help catching up with anything or?
I expected it to just be bacon.
What do you mean? Like look like
It said
bacon?
Bacon brittle, so I just expected it to be bacon instead of peanuts in it. You know, just brittle bacon.
Okay. Oh, I get it. What size was the blue happy birthday? Let me go to it. Okay, it was, you need 3 of those at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I'm with you. Wow. Lynn joined the rowing team. That is cool.
Wow, I wish I could do that. My shoulder would hate.
Terrence, this board came across, We sends out emails and stuff to retailers, and this either came across that way or it came across, a lot of the distributors send us emails of all the new stuff that's coming.
Didn't we get this one in Notions Commotion?
It could have been through the workshop.
Notions Commotion.
We just love all the boards too. All right, 2 minutes. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to catch up. Since we're on break, I want to tell you that I'm in my new craft room and your birthday class is my very first project in my room. Yay! That's awesome, Rebecca. First time I took any class, it has been wonderful. Yay! Yay! Don't stress when you make mistakes. What kind of cake are you having tomorrow? We are having cupcakes in multiple flavors. We all get to choose what we want. Maymay, can you share what you got for your birthday? Yes. My hubby, I got so much stuff. I got this necklace from Shannon that has my mom's signature. I got to go quick because we have 1 minute. I can tell y'all more tomorrow when we're together if y'all want to know. And then from hubby, I don't want to show y'all all my pictures because there could be some private stuff on here.
Yeah, show them that one of you know what.
Wait, I don't have anything.
I don't
on here.
either. I was just being
I don't have
smart.
anything on here. Okay, let me find it.
You got Cutie Joe.
Hubby got me. Come on. He got me this garden bench, you guys. Look at this. He got me this. I love it. It's about 5.5 feet tall. It's pretty tall. And it's handmade cedar wood. And the person who made it's not from Clack. Clack didn't make it. But the person who made it honed the wood himself. I say honed. I don't know. He made the wood himself from a tree. And then he made it, and it's cedar, and it smells delicious outside my door. It's so pretty. And I just love it, and that's what I got. I've been wanting it for the longest time. I'll have to tell the story. It's the most beautiful story what he did, but I love it. And I got so many other things. So many other things. I've made a few. That's right. Okay. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Are y'all ready? All right.
To work.
You're going to need your plaid piece and your trimmer. Plaid piece and trimmer. Don't pull your trimmer out yet. Just get your plaid piece out. Here's what I want you to do. These guys are really hard to see your score marks on because of all of this pattern. So what I want to do is I want us to go ahead and do our folds before we do anything else. Okay? So here's what I suggest. We're going to take our page and we're just going to let the fold appear. You see how that just appeared when I just kind of wiggle it? It appears. That's what we want. And we can line up the sides and take your bone folder or your ergo. I just call this guy ergo. Take him and go ahead and let's do our folds. The reason is we need to do some trimming in a second. Do all 4 sides, please. We need to do a trimming in the second. And you really can't see it very well. So if we go ahead and do this, we can see it better. He did do a good job, y'all. Him and the folks from Rustic were incredible. They helped him make it happen because it came from Rustic Relics. Y'all know I've been drooling over it since the man brought it in.
It's been a while.
I have been drooling over it. I've wanted it so bad, and he went and got it for me. It was so precious. So all 4 sides get scored and creased, get folded and creased. If I had a nickel for every time I said scored instead of fold or crease, oh my goodness. And then I'm going to show you how to do the diagonal. But I want to give you a second to get all of these folded, and here's why. If you do the diagonal with me, it'll make sense. But if you have to catch up, it's a little bit difficult. Okay? Thank you guys for your compliments on my garden bench. I'm so excited. I love it. So here's what I discovered about the diagonals. I want to scoot this up a little bit. Do you see how I've got these guys folded up, these corners folded up like this? We're going to pay attention to one at a time. I'm going to fold this over like so, okay? I'm going to hold this corner down right here where my fingers are, right down here. Where this crossover score line is, see where it's kind of lifted up? This crossover score line right here, you'll see it in real life. We're going to grab that score line, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring this score line to this edge of the paper. Okay? So hand here, holding it down, bring that score line to that edge of the paper and line it up. Now, I'm going to hold this and show you what's happening. You see what's happening right here? That's what we want to happen. Okay? So, we're going to now take our bone folder and go in here and crease our diagonal down. Now, I'm going to do that 4 times, so if you didn't get it, watch again, okay? So now I've got that diagonal folded. Let's do the other side. I'm going to bring this guy over, and holding the corner down here, I'm going to grab this score line right here, and I'm going to bring that entire score line. You might have to, see how that's kind of fighting me? You might have to push a little bit. But I'm going to bring that entire score line to the edge of the page. In real life, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And when I do that, I get this little bubbly piece. We're just going to crease it down. Crease it down. That's how we get our diagonals. So we got both diagonals. Now, if you are confused, I'm doing it again right now. Watch me do it one more time. I'm going to fold in, keep my fingers down here, grab that score line, bring it to this edge right here. So watch what I'm doing. I'm just bringing it to the edge. When I do, my paper stands up, my diagonal appears, and I can then crease it down. All right, I'm going to show you one more time if you're confused. We're going to come in on this side. I'm going to hold this down, grab my score, bring my score to that edge, fold it in. All right, when you have that done, give me a 1. Can I tell you something? It is not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm not fussing. I really am not. You know I don't fuss. But I have to tell you a funny story. There was a lady I used to follow, and in her videos, she always drank ice water. But she wouldn't just do that. She would talk while chewing it.
Oh, what?
And people would really, they were angry. It didn't bother me. I love to chew ice, so it doesn't bother me. But people would get really mad at her when she would do that. And they would really comment. You shouldn't do that with the ice. It's rude. But I mean, she was chewing ice in her microphone.
Yeah.
So it was
I
a
can
lot.
understand that.
But people got really upset. People get mad about stuff, y'all.
They do.
Okay. Now get your trimmer, please. Now, let me show you this first. No one is going to panic because it's just paper. Although we don't have another piece of this, so if you mess this up, we really are stuck, but it's okay.
Now you scare them.
Do you see what I'm holding in my hand? This is that diagonal score line we just did. See this? I want you to see how this is cut at an angle. It's here. We're going to cut an angle here. So we're going to make that look like this. Okay? This point has to go away. Here's how we're going to do it. Okay? It does look like a bunch of Dixie cups back there, don't it? All right. We're going to put this into here. Okay? Our cut line is our guide. We're going to go from one corner to the other corner right here. This has to come off, okay? What corner are we using? We're using that score line, okay? And we're using this score line. We're going to cross over the diagonal. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to lay it into my trimmer. I'm going to put score line on my cut line, and I'm going to come down here and put score line on. This is why I wanted you to fold it so you could see it. If you cannot see your score lines, take your pencil and make a little mark where they are, and then you'll be able to see them. And now what you're going to do, very important, pay attention. We're going to sink our blade. Put your blade in, push it in, okay? And then go up and come down. That's how we get nice, clean points, all right? We don't need this. We can use this for something else. Somebody actually made pinwheels out of these. It was Anastasia Conyers. She made pinwheels out of those. It was cute. We're going to do that off all four corners. Here again, cut from one score mark to the other score mark and get rid of that piece. Woo. Sink your blade up and down. Okay, do it all the way around. When you get this done, give me a C for cut. Take your time if you need to. Get that in there. A C for cut. Look, kind of funny looking. It's got that one piece. Like a fishtail.
Looks like a turtle. I don't know why.
I saw a craft for VBS. I got to show you the way they did this turtle. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. The cutest thing. So you should end up with something that looks like a geese. See the box coming together? See it? Our box is coming together. All right, next step. Let me do it, then you do it. Let me do it, then you do it. Everybody hear me?
Let me do it, then you do it. Let me do it, then you do it.
Almost forgot something. Keep your trimmer out. Now, we're going to do exactly the same thing we just did on here, but you won't have a diagonal line because we don't need it, okay? So we are going to do that cut, but without that diagonal crossover. So we're doing the same cut. So we're going from score mark to score mark, just like we just did on our confetti piece. This is our 11 by 11 confetti piece. So go ahead and do the same thing on all four corners. Well, my blade did not go through. So the same thing on all four corners of your 11 by 11 confetti piece. 11 by 11 confetti piece, the same cuts. You just don't have that diagonal line because we didn't need it for what we're going to do. Then I'm going to do something I want y'all to let me explain before you do. So you've got time to get this done while I'm showing you what I'm fixing to tell you. Okay. We are going to make, right now, this pocket. You see this little pocket with the point? That's what we're about to make, okay? Here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to take my scissors, and we're going to be cutting here and here, here and here, okay? Our score mark lives right here. I can see my score mark. You can see your score mark too. If you can't, you can do your folds. But we're going to cut to the inside of the score mark. I want to get rid of the score mark. I'm going to cut it away. All right, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut just to the inside of the score mark up to where they meet at the crossover. I'll show you. I want you to let me do it first, okay? Let me do it. So see that? That's what we want to do. Then I want to literally cut that score mark off. I'm not going to cut it at an angle. I'm going to cut straight up. And you probably can't tell. I'm not cutting on this piece. I'm cutting on this piece. Okay? Matter of fact, let me show you this. If it gets in the way, just kind of fold that piece down because I want y'all to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to do that. So this is the piece I'm cutting. And I'm going to cut away a super thin sliver that gets rid of that score mark. We don't like bulk. And when we're doing these kinds of cuts, it's how we get rid of bulk. So I'm just taking that little sliver, see that sliver? Off. Now I'm going to lay this down, let you see what I just did. See? I literally cut the score mark out. Okay? I want you to do that here, 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 and here. So let's do it over here. Now on this side, we're going to cut to this side of the score mark. All right? Because we're going to cut the whole thing off. So I'm going to cut all the way beside it, all the way up until I get to the crossover. And then I'm going to come back and get the one on the point. And then I'll show you. And you're also going to see that mine are not going to be perfect. They're not going to match perfectly because I don't do perfect. Don't know how to do perfect. See how one's bigger than the other? It won't matter. Won't matter. So let's cut those away. I think I'll go from this side and see if I can make it easier. If I cut this way first and then come back and cut the other one, it might be easier. Nah, not necessarily. Have I told you how much I love these scissors? I probably have.
Not today.
I want to marry them.
They are fabulous.
They're my favorite scissors. There's something about them.
They're just beefy and they hold your hand good.
And they
Like
just
they're holding your
feel
hand.
like you're
You
cutting.
hold their, yeah.
Just so good. When they first came out, I thought, we've got scissors. I was wrong. I didn't have these. Get that little sliver off. All right, I'm going to lay this down, let you see it. When you get this done, I want you to give me an S for Star Wars because that looks like some kind of fighter plane. Doesn't it? Like, I don't know what they're called, but it reminds me of some kind of spaceship.
Sometimes I just want to type copy Maymay.
Instead of...
Because I don't think this makes sense. So.
On your pink confetti paper, you're going to cut the score lines off on the four corners. No.
Not really.
If I was reading that later, I'd be like, what? Which one not to cut? Which one not to cut?
Which one to cut?
Can you show again which one to cut? Okay, so you had your four corners, right? You're going to cut these pieces apart right here. Does it help with me laying it down? You just don't do the two on this side. Leave these alone. It's just here and here. Man, I did a bad job on that cut.
Good job, y'all. Don't read my instructions. Although Tamitha, I think, said the same thing. Cut the score line away in each corner piece. It's hard to explain. I mean, it's
X-Wing fighter. That's what it looks like.
X-Wing fighter. I am not a Star Wars person, so.
Okay, let me do it, then you do it. Let me do it first, then you do it. Okay?
We're following the lead.
Now what we're going to do, almost messed up. That's why I said let me do it. Now what we're going to do is fold the pocket down. Okay? So you want the pink side facing up. And what we're going to do is right here, we're going to run glue. Just like this, a super thin line of glue. Okay? Then what I want you to do is fold this over and glue that down. Don't worry if you have some body up here. Don't worry if that's kind of lifted. That's okay. It's a pocket. Okay? Then I'm going to come back and do this side just the same. Now, if I did this too fast, don't worry. I got another side to do, okay? I also want to add a little glue here, just in this area, to hold it down. So watch this. I'm going to take this one and go back over the top. Pretty easy, right? If you want to, you can retrain this paper and make it lay nice and flat. You've got plenty of room inside the box for that to live. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to do the other side just the same. So I'm going to put a little thin line of glue on my pointed piece. And then we're going to fold it down and glue it into place. And again, if you've got a little body, it's not a big deal because we have room in the box. These are baggy pants. Get it, we got a little room. Okay. Then we're going to do this side. Add a little glue inside of this point just to hold it down.
If you cut the wrong one and you can't fix it, you can
just
completely
cut it off and glue it back on.
And glue it back on.
Like glue right here, glue right here.
Or just make it another flap that you add something to without a pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably just cut my triangle completely off and glue it back on there to make it look like a pocket. And nobody will ever know.
Once you have these pockets folded, I want you to go to your 3 teal pieces. I want you to grab those guys.
Excuse me. These stickers make me laugh every time.
Those are a gift.
The top one makes me go, oh, I'm bad.
What these guys are going to do is they're going to live in here. They're matting these pieces. And I want to show you this while we're doing this, okay? I have one going this direction, one going this direction, which is both up, and then I flipped this one the other way because I felt like if the person was reading it, they would spin it like this. But in the one I made in class the other day, I did this. Thank you, Terrence. You're my best friend. Orientation, Maymay. We're going to talk orientation. I have one facing up. I did one sideways just because I could, right? I mean, does it really matter? And then I made sure this one was facing this way so that it was up when you saw these pieces, and I just did that one sideways for fun, but doesn't matter. These are not pockets. These are just mats. You can glue these directly down. Go ahead and get that done too.
Glue down your turquoise mats.
Yep. So you're going to get these glued down. While we're gluing down mats, let's do our other ones too. I'm going to move this aside for a minute, and I'm going to bring back my orange plaid piece. Let's go ahead and glue the rest of these down since we have them. You can have 3 pockets. You can have as many pockets as you want.
You can have no pockets if you just want mats and photos.
With these guys, what we're going to do, this is our orange plaid piece again. These are just mats. They're for photos. So I'm going to do them like this and then like this and just glue these down. It's a good time to catch up. This is easy, okay? So just take your time, get your pockets done, and get your mats glued in. These are the only mats we've got. So, and also if you want to use the balloon side, you can. You can flip them to either side you want. I'm just using the word side. I just think it's cute. I think it speaks, right? Doing good, y'all. All right, so I want you to get your mats done. I want you to have this done and have this, your pockets done and your mats done. And then I want an M for mats. I'm going to need it before I get the pen in it. That's how bad I am at seeing this thing. Those M's are coming in. They're slower, but they're coming in. This week has gone by so fast, hasn't it?
Yes.
I mean, it's Friday night. It feels like we just did this.
It is Friday night.
We'll get a few more in. This next step is so easy. This next step is. Because here's what's going to happen. Watch this. We're going to take this guy like this. And we're going to glue this guy in like this. That's all you got to do. That's it. And you just kind of center it. You just eyeball center it. The only thing you want to make sure of is when you put this guy down, all four sides will still fold. Make sure you haven't overlapped any sides. Right here, I'm a little close. That felt a little resistant-y. So I'm going to just do it like this. You see what I'm saying? You just want to make sure everything can fold. And what I do is just put my glue on the back of this center square. Okay. And then we just put this guy in. If you want, you can kind of lift him up like this so you can see where you're going. What I do is just try to hurry and put him down and then just double check everything. So you can just roll it around. So he's good. He's good. It's so busy in here. As long as he closes, as long as he does this, you don't have to be super picky about that one. Because it's so busy. I want to make the fun part. I want to make this little box in the middle. Let's do the little box. All right. Put this guy aside, glued together. Let him rest. Let's bring over the bottom of our box.
What is it? Bobby Boo? No.
I thought you were fishing a BB.
That's what I was trying to. You said let him rest.
Oh, this is the wrong one. This is the one I messed up. Let me get the right one. Okay, so make sure you two have the correct one, not the one I made you mess up. So you want the one that has the deeper end scores, the good one. Let's go ahead and fold all these score marks, just like we did on the first one. Remember, this time our plaid is facing out. And on this one, you're going to let me do it. And then you'll catch up with me, because don't do it with me. Let me show you and then you do it, because I want to make sure you get it. There's a reason. Not that you wouldn't get it right. I decided to do this one a little different than we do our lid. We haven't done our lid yet, but the way we do our lid is a little different than this, so I want you to see what I'm going to do. So I'll just use my marker, because y'all don't care if I have marker. You don't have marker marks. Let me have them. I'm going to be cutting those places. You see that? This score line, this score line, this score line, and this score line. And what I'm going to do is my first cut is just to the inside of the score. Again, I'm taking the score off. So just to the inside of the score. And then this one, this piece on the right is my tab. I'm going to angle cut that. Now we do that so we can have a little bit of room when we go to put this box together and get rid of some bulk. So let me lay this down so you can see this. You see how I angle cut that piece? I didn't do a very good job because my marker messed with my eyes, but I put a little angle cut there. I'm going to turn it and go to my other score line here and do the same thing. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I want this box to be super sturdy in the middle, because it's just kind of sitting there by itself and he needs to be sturdy. So we're going to do that cut and then that angle cut. And I'll lay this down and show you. Cut and angle cut, and do it again over here. Cut and angle cut. And then I've got one more side to do. Turning it again and going over here. Now I'm going to lay this down and talk you through it one more time, okay? So what you're doing is you're basically spinning the wheel, basically. You've got a square and a tab, and then we cut them apart. A square and a tab, and we cut that one apart. A square and a tab, and we cut that one apart, and the same here. Because what we want to do is we want these tabs to create stability in our box. So this tab's going to get glued here, this one gets glued here, this one gets glued here, and this one gets glued here. So every side has stability. So every side is double layered. Okay? So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to take some glue and we're going to put glue on our tabs. And we're going to seal our box shut by taking that tab and putting it on the side like this. And then I like to just lay it down and squish it. Okay? So you see what I'm saying? Tab goes here. So just fold your box up and glue it down. When you get it done, give me a B for box. This one, the last one, you'll want to be conscious of go ahead and push that one in so you can glue it in pretty easy. So now you can just reach in here, put some glue on it, close it up. So now you see why we did it that way. Now every side is double layered and your box is good and sturdy. So no matter what you put in there, it'll hold up. It's just better to do it that way than to have the two sides glued here and the two sides glued here. Then you have like 3 layers and 3 layers and 1 layer. I like them to be double layer all the way around. That may not make sense. Don't stress because I just told you how to do it. You don't have to worry about it. Just do it that way. Just do it the way I said it.
Copy and repeat.
Maymay.
Copy and repeat. We are doing Command C, Command V.
That's it. That is it. Ooh, I got a B. Y'all got quiet?
Can you talk about the tabs saga?
Can you talk about the tab saga? Tabs again? Is that what that was supposed to be? Again?
I don't know, but I kind of like saga.
It is a saga. I'll use my messed up piece. So this is my messed up piece of 6x6 that I didn't score correctly. So you're going to cut here on the score line, here on the score line, here on the score line, and here on the score line. Do your angle cuts like we always do. Then you're going to just fold that to this one and glue it. Fold that to this one and glue it. Fold. That way you, they all 4 have, I'm just going to eyeball this. This piece is not scored.
It's a wonky box.
It's going to be wonky. So, you know, you got this tab you did. You'll just pull it up so it won't match here because it's not right. But you'll pull it up like that all the way around. And then glue it together. Just making a box. Sometimes I think I mess y'all up when I over-explain it. Sometimes when I give you too much information, I mess people up. I think I should not give too much. Because all that explaining I was trying to do was just telling you that I wanted these to be double layered all the way around. Let's make sure Cheryl knows.
Did you understand, Miss Cheryl?
Get your little mechanism back over. Get your box back over. I'm going to tell you what I did. I glued this box on an angle. Yes, a gift card does fit in those pockets. We tried that. So I glued this box on an angle because I thought it looked cute. I thought it was a good juxtaposition to the square. You could always do this. You could always just do it straight if you wanted to. But all you're going to do here is put some glue on the bottom of your box. You do you, grands. Put some glue on the bottom of your box. My glue's getting tired. My glue's like, you think it's been a long week for you.
That glue has worked more than us.
This glue has worked every day, double time. So, I'm on the bottom, yes. Glue on the bottom. And stick this down. Miss Cheryl, you might want to wait then. Wait and do it toward the end. Let's go ahead and get the other things assembled so you'll have those done and then come back to the box. Because you can do that at the end and still be okay. So I got that glued in. All right, let me show you what we're going to make next. We're going to make this one. We're going to make the lid. So you need your stripy stripe piece. The lid is done a little different, okay? The lid's done a little different. Let's go ahead and do all our scores. So I'm going to score the cake inside and have the stripies. I'm going to go ahead and, fold and crease. Go ahead and do this all the way around.
Y'all know she says score and she means fold.
I know. Every time. Go ahead and do this number.
Well, I go to type fold and score. It's not score.
So see, let's just go ahead and fold this guy. Fold and crease. Now let me do this. Watch me. Y'all ready? Watch me. I'm gonna change scissors. And yes, I change scissors. I like different scissors for different things. Okay, just like we've been doing, we're gonna cut to the inside of the score, just like we did a while ago. Remember, it's the same cut we made earlier, but we're doing something different, so I want you to watch me first, okay? It's that same cut and that same angle cut, okay? Same angle cut. I'm gonna lay this down so you can see it. See that big old angle cut I did? Now here's the difference. Thank you, Kim. Here's the difference. Instead of going here and then skip a few, here, skip a few, here, skip a few, we're not doing that. What we're doing here is we're gonna do them on the same. We're gonna do them opposite of each other, okay? So I did that one there. I'm gonna do this one here. So I'm gonna cut this one in, then I'm gonna angle cut. So it'll look like this. They're opposite of each other. Then I'm going to go up here and do the same on the opposites. Okay, so I'm going to cut away here and angle. Don't worry, I'm going to lay it down and show you before I ever assemble it. You'll know. Don't get ahead of me or you. Here and here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to lay this down. So this is what this one looks like. Let me get that to lay down. It's not wanting to lay down because it's scored. There we go. So you see, this one's a little different. Instead of having a tab here and then a tab here and a tab here and a tab here facing in that circle, these tabs are going to fold in and just go to one side. See, they're just going to live on one side. We don't care about that. It's the lid. It doesn't have to hold anything in really. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down again. I want you to see it before we assemble it. Now, if you're ready to assemble it, you just put glue on the outside of your tabs and fold them in. Okay, so to do that, you're going to put glue on a tab. This is more like what you probably have made boxes before. If you've ever made a box, this is how you typically do it.
Check your batteries.
My mic.
Somebody said they lost audio. Nope, you're green. Okay.
My audio still shows it's running up here. Make sure you didn't accidentally hit your mute button, because I've done that before on YouTube. Of course, you can't hear me if that's the case. Maybe Timothy can type that or something. All right, for the next tab, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to add some glue to it. And we're going to fold this in and glue it down. And here you can see these two tabs are going to go on that guy. So once you get your lid all glued together, give me an L for lid. And if you're making this, you can see why we do those angle cuts, because we can take all that bulk out of there and get these all lined up where they'll lay flat, right? Your instructions get easier and easier. Fold tabs and glue.
That's what they do.
It is. While we're doing this one, I want us to do the other one. I want us to do our lids at the same time. We just did one, okay? Come here. Now you remember we have this piece? This is our big lid. Let's make our big lid. Same process. Fold and crease all edges, all corners. Same process. All right, we're going to do the same tabs. We're going to do them opposite of each other this time. So here, and if you want to, you can do this. You can do that one and then this one. Ever how you want to make it happen. Just make sure they're opposite of each other. So I did this side, and now I'm just going to flip over and do this side. When you get this one done, give me L2. So I know lid 2 is done when you get your tabs glued. And I'm not rushing you. I just know you know how to do it. So you can do this a little quicker than you did the last one. So the same thing. Your tabs go in and get glued.
Yes, you will be able to watch the Make It Go Round on replay.
I made a mistake last night and said no, and it's been trouble. It's me. It's on me. I was not thinking about the Make It Go Round. I was thinking about the birthday bash, and I was like, there's no reason for us to leave it up. But then I just thought, I'll just leave it up too so nobody has to worry. And it's my fault. I think Timothy's had emails and messages all day today about it. It's my fault.
Maymay's over here
Opened
causing
my mouth.
trouble.
It was late last night, and I opened my mouth.
Maymay's a troublemaker.
It's my
Maymay's
fault.
a
I do it all the time.
troublemaker. She is.
I always mess something up. They are always wanting to fire me. They don't for some reason. Because they know I'll go.
She wants us to fire her.
Every Monday. Am I fired? No.
She hopes to walk up and the door be locked and her not have keys and get to jump back in her car and run away before we unlock it.
She's out. She's a runner. She's a track star, y'all. That's... I made a mistake. And poor Tamitha, she has to feel my mistake. I know she's like, please stop talking. Just let me answer people. Remember when I messed up the whole Thanksgiving sale?
Oh, yeah.
And we were in the panic. I know. Thank you, Tamitha. She fired me. I'm out. We were in the
No, she's
panic
not.
because we were in line at a Black Friday sale when I realized I did it. So we were in line downtown for a Black Friday sale, and it was like, I don't know, 6:30 in the morning or something. No, it was probably 9. Probably close to 9. Oh.
Her face is on the wall. It's on the floor. It's on a window. It's everywhere.
Can
It's
we do
probably
something
on
fun?
A shirt you have.
Can we now do something fun? I don't have enough L2s. Let me get more L2s. Then I want to do something fun. I want to make the bows. They're so fun.
It's funny, the
They're
L2s,
so fun.
if it's a lowercase L, it looks like a 1.
1, 2.
So it's a 12.
I too have finished both lids.
I too have finished both lids.
The bows are so fun. I love these cheater bows. We're making some cheater bows tonight.
Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. I shouldn't be hungry. It's not, Deb. Oh, me. That's funny. Oh, gosh, stop. Don't do Makes my skin crawl.
Why do my flaps overlap on the lid? On this guy, they probably will. On the little one, because they're short, because the sides are short, this guy, they won't overlap. These guys, they'll just lay in here like they should. They might mine overlapped on this one by like 1/8 of an inch. It shouldn't by math, but they do. All right, I'm gonna move my lids aside and we're gonna make some bows. All right, I need you to do something for me. I need you to get your two little pieces, okay? I need you to put this one aside. The 7-incher has to go aside. We're not using him right now. We're using this guy. Now, this is fun, okay? Here's what you're going to do. The pink side is the ribbon, so we want that to be the outside, okay? So I want to fold the insides together. So I'm going to line this up. I'm going to fold these together so that I get a crease down here on the end. Well, couldn't open it. See my crease? I'm just making a V. We're making a V. So just fold this piece in half with the white together, okay? Then I want you to take your bone folder. Put your finger at the crease, and I want you to do this. I want you to get kind of a ribbon curl. I want to make it curl. That's what's going to give us that pretty little loop. This is my favorite part of this whole project. Give it that curl. So you folded it in half, and you've ribbon curled the ends. Now, I'm going to fold this back so I can see my fold good. So I'm just going to kind of do it like this so it kind of looks like a W. And what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of glue right here, and I'm going to bring this piece into that glue like so. So watch. A little bit of glue. Bring this piece in, but I'm not creasing it down. Let me show you what I'm doing. See how I'm leaving that loop? You want to leave that little loop there. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So if you missed it here, watch this time. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. Okay. Bring this piece down to that glue, right to the center. Line it up in the center and keep your loop. And so you should end up with something that kind of looks like this, like kind of a figure 8 kind of thing. Yeah, you can drop it. It's fine. It's fine. It looks like that. We're going to sit that aside. Okay, just sit that aside. Now, this is your box lid ribbon. This is so easy to do, okay? What you're going to do is put a little bit of glue on one end of your box end ribbon, which is your other piece, your 7-inch piece. And you're just going to you're going to eyeball center the side of the box. You want to line it up to the edge and eyeball center that. And see how I just glued that on like that? Just eyeball center. Then what we're going to do is where it meets here at the top, take your finger and push it over and kind of pinch. See how I did that to make it kind of sharp? And then all you're going to do is glue this flap down. So I'm just going to add some glue back here. Glue that piece down. This is so we didn't have to measure and score and all that kind of stuff. Ain't nobody got time to be measuring and scoring this tiny thing, okay? All right, then what we're going to do, you guessed it, fold this over, pinch it, and then glue it. It will be too long. That's what we want. We need it to be too long because we need this piece to finish off our other bow. So now that we've got that glued on, our little ribbon there, we're going to snip this away. Even with the side, I do better if I do it this way, even with the side. So there's our little ribbon on our box. You can see it going all the way around. And now I want to come back to this guy. And in the back, I want to put some glue here. And you guessed it, we're going to use this piece, pink side up, or you could switch it if you want it to be different. We're just going to wrap this around. Oh, I'm not in the center. I tried to move it, but my glue's already stuck, so I'm going to let it go. So you just wrap him around until he comes back on himself and then glue it down again and cut off the excess. It's a lot easier than trying to measure all this and score all these tiny pieces. You just do that. Isn't that cute? Isn't that the cutest little bow? That little piece in there.
Cute.
So cute. And you guessed it. You're going to glue him on right here. You're just going to glue him to the center. So put some glue back here. Glue him on. And when you get him done, Give me a B for bow. Glue him on there. He's so cute. Look, you can put him on your box.
Just brush.
So cute. As easy as that was,
What you?
this is even easier.
Yeah.
This is literally the stinking easiest.
Marlene, you're the winner. You get a gold star.
You get a gold star. You get a gold star in the shape of a bow.
In the shape of an explosion box that you made. Congratulations. Give yourself a present.
Tammy, the L2 meant she had both lids done. I just want to remind you in case you think that 2 means a question. It doesn't. Cheryl's got a 2. Let's check on Cheryl.
Cheryl, if you have a question, type it in. If it's just telling us we need to slow down, thank you.
Get rid of it.
As long as it's the last one.
You wrapped
If
it around your
it's-
bow, right? You wrapped your bow. That little piece we cut off the bow, you don't need. I just didn't want to have to measure those exactly, and I thought if we did it this way, it'd be easier. Did you glue the bow and lid? I did. Let me show you again. You just glue it right onto your ribbon. Right on top, and it looks like it's the ribbon. Are you ready for the big bow? What do you think? Some of those came in slow, didn't they?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give y'all 1 more minute before we do this. This is so easy, though. It might be the easiest thing you do all night.
I bet some of them have already done it.
Probably so.
Terrence. I'm calling people out.
You think he's done it? He might
Oh,
have.
yeah. Yeah. All these people that are quiet. Like the ones in a card class today, look up and think they're looking for a piece and they're already starting on the next card.
You had a lot of that today. You didn't. You had 2 ladies that were really flying. They were really flying. I was watching them. But here's the instructions.
It's fine.
They're doing what they
They
want to
had
do. It's fine. Do your thing.
No,
There's a not me.
I'm taking that as sarcastic.
Probably he's been done for about 30 minutes.
You went and found a video where you did one of these.
No, he's probably just like, I'm done. He's probably having tea.
Sorry, y'all.
Y'all, we're not saying that Terrence is better than anybody or anything. We're just saying Terrence has taken a lot of our classes before. He probably knows ahead of time. A lot of you guys have taken our classes before, actually. I've seen a lot of people. Y'all are probably like, yep, I know what she's doing here. Okay, that was 2 more minutes. I was so kind. All right, check this out. Take your 1 inch by 12 inch. Pink side out, because that's the ribbon. White side in. I want you to fold right sides together. So white sides together and get yourself the middle crease. Just like we did a while ago. Same motion as that first little loop. Even to the point. Oh, he's waiting. He doesn't do it. Even to the point I want you to do this. I want you to curl it just like we did on that first tiny piece. Just curl it. Okay. Then fold back in the middle so we can see our fold again. Make that same W. We're doing that same motion, you guys. The very same thing. We're just going to do it 3 times. So then just take your glue. Put it into the right beside your little fold. Bring this in down to it. And don't crease the edge. Don't crease the edge. Just line this up in the middle. just like that. So we've made one side of our loop, and now you're going to do the same on the other. Make the other side of your loop. Now what you got is a bigger version of your tiny bow, right? Just a bigger version of it. And it does like that. So I want you to sit that one aside and do these exactly the same. Find the middle. Round your loops. Don't get a paper cut. We didn't warn you. Shannon almost got a paper cut doing this.
Yeah. Especially with this big 12 by 12.
Thick ones. With these thicky ones. Did y'all see our don't answer me. Did y'all see our TikTok today with Jenna and Thomas? They were working on our background for the birthday bash. That was the funniest little TikTok with her like pumping his arm up like he was blowing the balloon. It was so funny.
Cute.
So cute.
Oh, cute.
They're so cute. All right, I got 2 of them done. I got one more.
This is the way we make a bow.
Make a bow, make a bow. This is the way we make a bow and not get a paper cut.
Or get a paper cut.
Vince is wearing a Band-Aid. For 2 days he's had it on, and I've been meaning to ask him why, and haven't asked him. And today I said, why are you wearing a Band-Aid? He's like, paper cut. I said, what kind of paper cut? He said it was actually a plastic cut. I don't know how he did it. He's been wearing it for 2 days.
Owie. You know, when I did that, it didn't, like, cut it, but it, like, scratched it. So, like, that night when I got home, or that next morning, you could feel, like, that little scab-like where it was at. Oh, excuse me. What do you need? Oh. You want me to go get you some?
Where's mine?
We might have used them all.
No,
You know,
where's
you-
mine?
Oh. I don't know where that. Oh, it's on the table.
Oh. Okay, now what you're going to do, Shannon, do you do online classes or just in store? Today was her first day to teach a class,
Yes.
and she wasn't expecting it to happen.
We have in-store classes and online classes.
You're probably going to see Shannon doing some classes.
We are doing a few classes at the Art Council. You can find all of this on our Maymay Events website. It has an in-store square and an online square.
Tamitha will put that link in for us. She's real good at links. All right, let's talk about putting this bow together. Here's the thing. You think you go like this and like this, but you really kind of don't, okay? Do you see what happens if you make a plus sign and then you sit this guy here, it really doesn't close, but watch if you kind of nestle him, you'll see how it's really kind of an X on top of the straight. You see that? So what I'm going to do is just eyeball it. I'm going to put glue on the top of this one, and I'm going to just kind of make an X with this guy. Hold him down like this. Just kind of make an X. And before it gets good and dry, I'm going to do my other one so I can adjust them. So you just really cross these guys over the top and then just kind of lay it in place. This reminds me of the medical symbol. I forget what it's called. You know, like the one you wear on your medic alert bracelet. It's kind of that symbol.
Yeah.
I find that if you put the one on the bottom first, it's better. For some reason, if you do it like this one looks really weirdly too long. But if you put that on the bottom, it doesn't seem to be too long. It's weird. It's an optical illusion because it's the same length. It just looks weird on the other side. So you do that.
You want to know how we know?
Yeah, that's how we know it happened.
We did it.
I'm going to use a piece of foam. You don't have to, but I'm going to use a piece of foam here. I'm going to cut a piece of Scotty. You can use whatever you got. A cake? I don't know what it's called. How do you say it? I'm just putting a piece of foam right in the middle.
It looks like that thing on the middle of
That's what it's called?
an alert bracelet.
That thing on the middle of the
Yeah.
alert.
I,
Then look, on your sticker sheet, I'm going to grab this little guy right here.
Catechus.
Let me show you where he's at, because some of y'all are probably busy.
Maybe.
He's the present with, he looks like a ribbon edged. Shoop, 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 that little guy. And I'm just going to stick him on here. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take my backer off and put him in the middle. And that's how our bow goes together. Isn't that cute? Super easy. Then you guessed it. Glue him on.
Glue it down. Oh, and hey, make sure your cupcakes and your sticker are going the same way if you want to be that person.
What she means is, see how my box is going, and then my pattern on here is going? She's like, match that up if you want to be sure you do that.
Deuces.
When you get this glued on, give me a 1.
Uno.
Carduces.
Carduces.
And that is your box. And I'll show you this. When you close it up, sometimes when you hold it, you just hold this side and this guy flaps open. That's not a big deal, because what you do is you take your lid and you put it here and you hold your other pieces with your lid as you close it. And look, everybody put your box together. You have made a box. The only thing we're not doing tonight, I mean, it's 2 minutes till 8 and we've done really good on our time. The only thing we're not going to do tonight is the only thing in my box we didn't make tonight was these little pull-outs, which are just cut-aparts. We cut these down because it's a weird shape, it's a weird size pocket. This is, I forget it measures from here, 3 1/4 by 3.
The foam tape went under the circle sticker.
Under your sticker, just to lift it up on your bow a little bit. It's right here, underneath that sticker. In the middle. So we didn't make any little pieces to go in the pocket, so you can do that. Okay. These little pieces are cut-aparts that I just glued down right here. Just little cut-aparts from the thing. But one thing I want to show you that I think was wasted, so you guys might want to think this too. In our original box, this is the one we did the little, there's the yay stickers, which we thought were so cute. And they are cute. But when you put them in here, because our little flaps are so close, you lose it. So I wouldn't do that. I don't think I wouldn't waste those cute stickers there. Instead, I might put, I don't know, some sentiments, or maybe right there or something, or I don't know, maybe make another lid to go inside. 'Cause you know you can do that. You can add lid on top of lid on top of lid, so they can open each lid. So you could have another lid in this one, and then those would make sense, but I wouldn't waste too much on those. But now you can add all kinds of stuff. And somebody asked if a gift card fit earlier, and I'll show you that it does. So you can put one in there. It fits perfect in your little pocket. And the best one would be this one. Okay. So there you go. The other thing we didn't do, which I'll show you, we didn't do this tonight. We took one of the cut-aparts and turned it into a tag. Get my lid back. See, we just made a little tag. And all we did with that was we took a cut-apart and we cut little points and glued it on here, and it looks like a little tag hanging off the box. There it is.
Oh, that's sweet, Diana.
You did it. What'd she say?
She said, I can't believe I did this box.
Oh.
You are an amazing teacher, Maymay.
Thank you, Diana. What I hope is, I know we built it kind of backwards because you started from the cuts, but I hope it helped you to understand the board and how to use the board, even though we did the cuts first. I really want you to be able to know how to use this. And I think we went over it enough that now you realize you make any size box you want, you know. Wouldn't that be cool? So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're able to keep up tonight. And I think we did really good. We made the whole box. Tomorrow, here's how tomorrow plays out. In the morning is the Make It Go Round. If you purchased the Make It Go Round, or if you purchased a bundle, then we want you to be there for that. And do you want to put the link in here, Tamitha, for the Make It Go Round? Y'all got it in an email, and you got it all the ways you've had all of your links. But if you want to put it in here for these, I don't know. You don't have to. Ow. The Make It Go Round, I'll just tell you both. The Make It Go Round is about 3 hours. It's a marathon of crafting. Are we doing 10, 15-minute crafts?
I think so.
So it's a marathon of crafting, but they're easy, fun, and you do finish those. And then the bash will probably be an hour to an hour and a half. It's not going to be super, super long. We've got all of our door prizes to give away because we're giving away. Tomorrow's all door prize day. Door prizes in the morning, door prizes at night. So we'll be giving those away, and then we're having cake together, and we're playing a little game with the staff that I think you guys will like to see. I think it'll be really cute. I think you guys will learn a lot about us and see how funny. Vince is not making in the Make It Go Round. At the time we were planning the Make It Go Round, he was extremely busy, and having to be here on Saturday at a certain time for 3 hours was not his idea of what he wanted to do. But he said he will be here for the birthday party. He will be here at 3. So it should be fun. I think you'll enjoy it. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Sarah. You're a sweetheart. So we'll have fun tomorrow together again. I hope you guys have enjoyed this week. It's been a lot of fun for us. We got one more day of birthday partying, and we'll see you guys in the morning at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. That's when it starts, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. So until then, have a wonderful night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye now.